We often do not realize how our words, actions, or good intentions may impact someone.
Good to see you. So I have some stuff for you here. And I need to tell you that we right now have deadlines. It's August already.
In this video, we're going to identify 2 things that hurt relationships with others and offer suggestions for what you can do to support good relationships when working and living with people from different cultures.
As employers, it's our job to have good workplace policies to prevent discrimination, to prevent harassment. It's important that our staff and managers know how we will address harassment if it does happen. And it's important for our staff to know they can be safe at work.
Working at a co-op helps keep our community.
They are bias. What is bias, and what can we do about it? Microaggressions. What are microaggressions, and how do they impact us? Bias is when we are in favor of or against something or someone, usually in a way that is unfair.
Because here people are welcoming, they know how to, then it's easier for us to adopt because people are very close to each other here. They respect you. There's less racism here, you can say.
How we feel about an individual or group will influence how we understand them, behave with them, or how we build relationships with them.
We can tell the customer their oil's good. Yeah, we don't need to add anything today.
Misunderstandings almost always occur as soon as we kind of make assumptions about either one another or about our situations. So whether you're a newcomer or you've moved from somewhere else in Canada, you may not be familiar with all the policies or the cultural understandings within a workplace.
Bias influences how we understand fairness and can influence how we treat others.
I had a few encounters where people said, okay, they're not going to come to my business because
of the color of your skin.
Yes, absolutely. That has happened. That has happened a few times.
2 types of bias are conscious bias, which refers to attitudes that we are aware of, and unconscious bias, which is when we do not realize that we have a bias.
So you also have to keep that in account as well and give people a little bit of break on that. Sometimes that they're not being racist, but because they have a different culture, so they're coming after you in their culture and you have your culture, so there's a little bit of a clash of cultures, which is why it sometimes is turning into a little bit of a misunderstanding or a racial profiling situation.
When we think that only one way is right and we judge others on how we see things, we are biased. We can hurt others, and our opinions and attitudes can cause discrimination, which is unfair treatment of people for being the way they are.
We cannot have a hostility here. The reason because it's not going to help to any one of us. Because eventually or ultimately we have to live together. And because we work together, we go to school together, we are working together here, we're living together. This is one community. We need to make sure the people are coming and the people are with a different background, they understand each other.
We can influence our biases by learning about other cultures and how they do things. We have a reason for doing things the way that we do them. Others do too. Taking time to learn from others helps to change our attitudes, improves our understanding, and reduces discrimination, which all help build positive relationships. Ask yourself, what can I do differently to be more aware of bias and how I can change?
Bottom line is, at the end of the day, our world is made up of different cultures and different people. That's God's greatest gift to us, is to learn what those cultures are, embrace some of them, be curious about it. One of the greatest gifts God ever gave us was curiosity, and we're supposed to use that for the right, not for the negative.
Microaggressions. What are they, and how do they impact us?
Microaggressions are short comments that I don't really think are thought through. I don't think they're hurtful on purpose. People who use microaggressions are not wanting to hurt the people that are around them. I think it often will come from a lack of education or a lack of knowledge.
Here to discuss a little bit about the new design for the core cabinets blog post.
Microaggressions can hurt feelings or challenge how we see ourselves, and while they may seem small, over time, they can really impact how we feel about ourselves. Sometimes we try to tell ourselves that we should not worry about it, or get over it, or that we're being too sensitive. If that doesn't help, we still feel hurt.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of, but I think it's ignorance, or it's complete ignorance. And, and I don't like to entertain ignorant people. Because the thing is, if I start to take their energy and I start to entertain their energy, then it just gets worse and worse.
We use these understandings or beliefs to shape our thoughts, words, and actions, and sometimes we say or do something based on these beliefs that hurt others. That is microaggression.
And I think it takes courage. It really does take courage, and it takes a community. Because if, I have to be strong enough to walk away when someone's not good for me.
That's right.
And I also have to be strong enough to speak up when it's the right time to speak up. And I have to be strong enough to educate myself and take responsibility for myself. So it does take a lot of courage in order to deal with the racism, which we do know will probably be around for always. There's always going to be someone.
When someone experiences a microaggression, it can make them feel like they don't matter, and that who they are isn't important. It sends the message, 1, you don't see me, 2, you don't hear me, 3, you don't understand me.
This is me. I can't change it. So my message to the people who have been victimized of the racism, that don't worry about if the people felt a different way. This is a very natural response from the people you haven't never seen you before, haven't talked to you before, haven't seen your culture before, haven't seen your color of the skin before, or haven't dealt with or haven't understood your faith before.
With the training, it was like, were we training appropriately? Yeah.
Another microaggression might be when you meet someone who is a different ethnicity than you, and you start to speak slowly or loudly to them, assuming that their English communication is poor. You're making an assumption based on how someone looks, even though maybe they were born in Canada and their first language is English. And this can be insulting or frustrating and make someone feel like if they don't look like you, they're not Canadian enough.
Yes, I need to report an incident.
Good morning, absolutely. Please come and sit down. I'm so glad you came to talk about
But
this.
there's always going to be racism in your business. And there's 2 things that you do in a business when it comes to racism. Number 1 is you acknowledge that there could be racism in your business, and then you put a plan together and a policy together to find out how to combat that, what your business is going to allow and what your business is not going to allow. And the second thing is if there's racism in your business, clean it up. That's really the bottom line. Clean it up. Because what makes a business great is diversity. People from all different walks of life, people from all different cultures, bring their strengths together to make one company great.
Do you go to regional connections?
Just wondering if we want to, if there were some things that you're working on, like.
More details about these and other topics are available in our toolkit at www.pvlip.ca. Thanks for helping us build welcoming and inclusive communities and workplaces in the Pembina Valley.